Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Titan interview. We need a name for this Titan interview series. I haven't come up with one. I could do Titan Talk. There's like alliteration there, but I don't really know. You know, what would you call it? What would you call this episode of Titan interviews? I got ProtonPlatPlayer with me, owner of Theory of Everything. What would you call it if you could name this episode?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot here.
Yep, I believe in you.
I don't know, toe on top or something.
Toe on top. If you guys have names for what you would like the Titan interview series to be called, let us know. We're looking at doing maybe 2 to 3 a week, different orgs. I've heard a lot of you guys have signed up to do this, which is awesome. I'm happy that we are getting leeway in the interviews. But that said, we're going to go ahead and talk everything about Proton Plat. You excited to be here, Proton?
Oh, yeah. I'm happy to get my name out there for those who don't know me. And maybe for those who do know me, maybe a little bit more introspection and less flame. So
introspection
always
and less flame.
Yeah, I'm always happy to get my name out there.
Always what we're looking for. But let's go ahead and let people get to know you, Proton. Out of curiosity, when did you start playing League? What's your beginning?
I specifically remember it was like December 2012. So I've been playing this since 6th grade. This game since 6th grade, and still terrible at it. So relatively, I guess. I was playing Dota, and then one of my friends was like, "You should don't play that stupid Dota 2 game. Play League of Legends." And I remember the first login screen was Vi. Yes, Vi from the hit show Arcane. She was there. She was the login screen back when we still had login screens. And
proof time travel exists.
And I remember my first game, I played Aurelia on Twisted Treeline. So it's been a journey. We
all have weird first game picks. What was your first off roll pick when you were getting into the game? Is there anyone you just picked and just went to the wrong lane with not viable? Did you do that at all when you first started playing?
I mean, I was a big fan of Bronzodia back then, because back then also you couldn't demote out of tiers. I don't know if that's still a thing. I know you could. I think it's higher tiers, but anyway. So, and they had 5 divisions back then too. So I got placed into Silver 4, immediately sucked so badly. I went down to the bottom of Silver 5, and also the LP gains were really cursed back then. I was getting +3 LP, -35, and I didn't get up into Silver 1 until the end of the season. Yeah, so it was a journey. But in terms of weird off picks, I was a big fan of going Hex Drinker first on Darius or Darius top, and I would also just play Goonsu's Hextech Gunblade, Jackson Akali, because back then they were just the hybrids. So stuff like that. But I don't know if that's necessarily off, too off meta, but oh yeah, and Blitzcrank was a permaban back then, Blitzcrank and Amumu, because it was just, they would instill the fear of God and all the low bobs. So
Amumu cursed to never be on the Rift. See, I remember when I got into the game, I got in I played Season 7 for a little, but for the most part I got in 2020. I was an Iron 4 Xin top player.
Oh wow.
Isn't
Iron
that
4, huh?
What's your peak rank, out of curiosity? So I'm assuming
D4.
What are you right now? What are we sitting at?
I'm E2 currently.
So what I'm hearing is you're a Proton Emerald player and not a Proton Plat.
People, you're not the first person to make that joke. You're not the last person to make that, because it's an inside joke, and it's a really dumb inside joke, because I remember in Season 5. Okay, thank you. I remember back in Season 5, I finally hit Plat, and I made a Reddit post, and I said, "Just hit Plat, ask me anything." And the Reddit comments were flaming me. So for a long time, my name was actually I'm Plat, by the way. I'm Plat BTW, and then I changed it to the alliteration inspired by somebody else. So yes, people have suggested Electron Emerald E-Boy or something, but still thinking about that one.
I rep it. It gives. Do you remember who Macro Beast is?
Sounds familiar, but no.
It gives the guy who went to the Plat Worlds thing they did a couple of years ago, who was just, I'm Macro Beast from Plat Worlds.
That's crazy.
Who's your favorite champion? What's your main?
honestly. I would
Mhm.
probably say Jarvan. Jarvan is my favorite character to play. People know Lethality Jarvan incident, but we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about the lethality Jarvan. Who's your
Yeah.
permaban slash? If this gets locked in against me, we lose the game. I'm good. I don't even want to play again. It's just FF15.
I mean, like in solo queue for a long time, that was Mel.
That's
I mean, this
real.
yeah. I mean, even now, like at first, I remember they're like, oh yeah, they gutted her, but then they just made it so she just one shots you. Um, yeah, they slowed down some of her projectiles, but still, it's just if she lands her abilities, you just die immediately. So that was not fun. I mean, I would probably still say Mel. I'm maybe not recently, but you know, Mel's always just a good answer because everyone hates Mel. So
Yeah, I think there's a ton of Mel haters. I feel like she's become much more impressive and competitive than she is in solo queue, but I think overall a lot of people just have a general dislike for Mel. I just hate her because of Arcane, but fair enough. What esports team do we support? Hey, Mel's season 1 Arcane is awful. I stand by that. Season 2 she gets better. Season 1 I hate her and Jace. I'm a Victor boy at heart.
So I haven't really kept up with LCS and much this season, but you know, and it's kind of like fallen off for me. I don't know if it's just like getting burnt out from it, but I really started getting into the esports back in like late summer and fall of 2014. I remember when Wargos came out. That was like the best music video of all time back then. I couldn't wait to show all my friends in middle school. And you know, I remember letting my mom letting me stay up to watch like the Samsung Blue C9 series. So, but I was always like a TSM fan. Even when they were sucking, and then you know there was a lot of drama and controversy with that team, and ever since I haven't really had a team that I really root for. But I do have a TSM jersey, and some fun fact: I did go to the summer 2017 finals. LCS finals, and I could probably show you some photos if you want to put them up on the screen right now or something in post production. But yeah, I did go to the 2017 LCS summer finals.
How
it was Immortals versus TSM.
In person? I've heard a bit about Immortals versus TSM. I think I was talking about it with Anti on the cast the other day. How was going to that finals? What's that like?
Oh, it was
at in person.
It was awesome. It was funny because it was I have parents or not parents. I have family that lives in Massachusetts, and it was at the TD Garden. So I'm like, if there is going to be an opportunity, this is the time to do it. And so I went, and it was funny because you know like my nana went there with me, and she's like, oh wow, it was really weird. Stuff would happen on the screen, and then everyone would start cheering. So it was kind of funny to have somebody who's completely oblivious to that go with you, but the actual experience was fantastic. I got to pose next to Double Lift and Bjergsen and Svenskeren. Mr. Rollas, he was like 7 feet tall because he was on TSM back then as a sub, but and Immortals as well. So it was great. The in-person experience was fantastic. I'm trying to remember the Celtics player was also there. He broke his leg. Gordon Hayward, I think, was his name.
I do not know basketball players very well.
Okay. Well, he was like a big league fan. He was a big league fan that played for the Celtics, and they played in the TD Garden. So, he was there.
He got to go basically.
Yeah. So that was really exciting. It was awesome. It got swag. Had a TSM jersey. I still have a poster somewhere wrapped up in my condo.
Well, you obviously have a bit of an experience history with like old esports. Now, of course, now you run Theory of Everything. Let's get into that. How long has Theory of Everything been around? When did you guys found this org?
So I guess technically, if we're being like the most technical, like Discord server was founded like after I crashed out in fall. It's either fall 2025 or winter 2026. So it hasn't been around that long. I just had some people in there like being like, okay, this org is coming eventually. And months pass and months pass and months pass, and then eventually Con gets knocked out in AL. I'm like, all right, I have nothing better to do. I'm gonna go start this organization. So I would really say like back April, May. of 2026 is when this org got founded. So it's really new.
So why start an org? What made you want to start this org?
Well, for one thing, you can't get benched or booted if you're the org owner and you have a team. But no, I felt like, I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to support players. I wanted to be able, to give developmental rosters a chance. It's also good to have a little bit of a legacy. I feel I mean, obviously that's not what I'm chasing, but just being able to, spread the kind of culture that I want to, more positive. I wouldn't say like cerebral, but more positive, kind of friendlier environment. That's welcoming to everybody. And so that's a big reason why I wanted to found the org, is kind of being able to run it my way and kind of support the culture that I want.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Out of curiosity, what would you say is like the standout features of Theory of Everything? Because of course, you guys are a new org. I know like this season casting is the first time I've experienced Theory of Everything as an organization. And outside of having a very interesting name, what would you say makes your org stand out in like the eyes of new players? Or like, why should somebody join your org or pay attention to it as a viewer?
So what I've tried to do, and I think I've been successful on for the most part, is I wanted to make sure that there was coaching for every team. And, other orgs obviously offer that, but I really wanted to make sure that would happen. So obviously just focusing on player improvement, not necessarily just taking every ELO setter and putting them on a roster and saying, all right, go have fun. That's not my main intention. Like, I ran tryouts and, I tried to put together an M600 team as well. It fell apart in the end, but like the D4, the D3 cap, the CCS, teams like that. And I've really just been trying to be very supportive of, let's improve week over week and let's get a game plan, and we're going to snowball the season.
So is there any goals you guys have for the season? Like, I know you guys, like you said, you're in CCS, you're in 3 Titan leagues, I believe. You're in Vanquisher, Olympus, and Conquer, with Titan Absolute, or Theory of Everything Absolute Zero, Theory of Everything Quantization, and Theory of Everything Entropy. What are the goals for these 3 teams? Are we expecting playoff runs? Are we expecting finals? Do we have goals for them, or is it just like we see what happens?
So even though Theory of Everything Absolute Zero right now is 1-1 in Vanquisher, I think that they could go to the finals. I think they're a really good roster. Coincidentally, I did not put that together, that team. It was Geico, who's kind of like also part of the staff with me. And so maybe that has something to do with it. Well, it's a good roster. It's got some nice shooters on it. And I think they can go to the finals. I'd be happy with semifinals. And for Entropy as well, I think it's a great roster. And I think that they can go to semifinals or finals. For Quantization, since that's the one that I'm on, I would just be happy to make semifinals, because I've never actually made semifinals in Comp League. Granted, I haven't really done too many Comp Leagues, despite all the yapping that I do, but it would be nice for me to achieve something like that, or to improve.
No, I think that's totally fair. There's a lot of players on these teams that I think are pretty recognizable faces of the comp scene. Like, you look at Absolute Zero, I know one that sticks out for me immediately is Jay Corcor. I think Jay Corcor has been in the comp scene since I started as a caster a couple years ago, and he's always had pretty solid performances. So that roster, Geico put it together, right? How close were you with any of these players before they were on this roster? How do you know like anything about how that formed?
No, I don't know anything about them, but
okay, awesome.
I have nothing. I don't. But it's funny you say that, because obviously as this Discord server owner, I see everything that goes on in that server, and I see their team chat, and I just rub my eyes, because they are some of the most juvenile people I have ever seen. I don't know how to explain it. I cannot repeat what they say in that chat. You don't want to do
great quotes from Absolute Zero
quotes
right now? I think that would be huge.
No quotes.
That'd be awesome. I can put it on the Titan stream next time I have them.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not for Absolute Zero. So, but they're great, and so Geico's great as well.
Another player I know a lot about, mostly because he's been in an org that I was in Watercat or Aquafellas. That's on entropy.
Aquafelis.
Hey. You know, I just got cut out of casting a 5-game series. How am I supposed to be here still remembering how to pronounce things? Come on.
It sounded like something different. I just wanted to make sure that didn't.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it. Anyway, yeah, Watercat.
Nate Dogg also, Davy Jones. Like, these are all players that have definitely been in the scene for a hot second now as well.
So I'm not actually too familiar with Nate Dogg or Davy Jones. Davy Jones was somebody that like Boostis brought in.
Mm-hmm.
But Watercat, definitely familiar with. He's my op in Aegis. Op as in, he is the ADL admin, but I a couple times I've typed in the AL chat like, all right, guys, I gotta go climb. I want to try going for ADL at some point, and he just goes, please stay Emerald. Like, please stay in the Emerald League. You're not good enough for the ADL. You're not good enough for M100 cap. But Watercat actually wasn't intended to just start. He was like gonna be a sub on the roster, and then I think it was like one day before the mid laner was like, hey, sorry guys, I have stuff going on IRL, can't play. And so Watercat came in, and so far that team's 2-0, so I'm pretty proud of him going 17-2 on Mel, getting a triple double on Smolder.
Kind of insane player Watercat is sometimes.
Yeah,
no,
Cindercat.
Definitely known to pop up. Cindercat. That's real. Permaban Syndra against Watercat. Quantization, of course, the team you run. How did that one come to be? What's the formation of quantization?
I mean, same sort of thing. I just wanted to be on a team, and I work graveyard shift, so it's kind of difficult. Like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or like my days I can play. So that's kind of also why I'm doing AAL. And I also knew Olympus was kind of like, no offense, but it's kind of seen as more Mickey Mouse, and Conqueror is kind of seen as like the big league. The number of teams I would say would also suggest that. But I mean, no slouch in the competition in Olympus either. Like, I'm obviously playing to win, and I, was not very happy that we got 2-0'd, especially after we threw a massive lead in game 1. So, but in terms of formation of that roster, I mean, Thunder McBuster, I think he's a great mid laner, and so he was free, and I picked him up. And then Boostis and Wanderer, like I hadn't played with, or not Boostis and Wanderer, sorry, different roster. That's the Conqueror roster, but and then the top lane for that is Codis. He was free. It's been a real struggle to find top laners, and he said, yeah, I can play Fridays. So we slotted him in here, and the ADC is kind of like an unknown. I don't really know him too much. Alian Lin, him and Daigen just do a lot. So, I really do enjoyed that too about, some of these players is how much work they put in. And, like doing, and also like some of them do like the 1v1s and the 2v2s and the BK and get like, and also like with the coaches we have do like individual coaching. So that is like a big thing that I'm striving for. It's not just about, the solo queue rank. Yeah. So that's sort of, sorry to interrupt, but that's sort of the story of quantization.
Yeah, totally fair. And like, I think comp is a very different beast than solo queue as it is. Like, I think there are lots of players I know who will sit at like Plat or Emerald in like a solo queue rank, but then pop off in comp like they're a whole different player, because of that disparity of being able to communicate with your team and being able to scrim with your team and having a team that's consistent versus the chaos of solo queue.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Naysayer and BKP, like both those guys, are like Plat 1, Emerald 4 all the time, and then, they're sent to the Shadow Realm in every league. So,
and then you look at them in solo queue, and they have like specifically Naysayer, like 500 matches and can't escape to save his life.
Yeah, I mean, Naysayer is honest as heck, I gotta say. A great guy, but
absolutely,
man, he needs help.
Duoing with him is such a risk to mental health. Oh, jeez. Out of curiosity, though, you were talking about your match against Elegy, right, in Olympus, and the bit of a throw. Do you want to walk us through what you think happened and what you think might need to change to get through that little 0-2 bump in the road you guys are having right now inside of Olympus?
I mean, we did VOD review on game 1. Game 2 was kind of like a stomp, and also we were expecting one of our coaches to be there and wasn't there. Not saying that the draft was everything, but in game 1 especially, like I got a huge lead. We got Ocean Soul, but they had like an Ashe, and this Ashe kept on picking off like one of our players, so it was like 4v5 a lot of the time. And then also me specifically, it was kind of like agreed. I didn't really press the lead when I should have, and also I kind of greeted when I shouldn't have. And also there was a Baron steal in there that I don't want to talk about. So yeah, that's how we lost game 1, and then game 2 was kind of just like downhill. There was a time I like autoed the blue buff twice, and instead of the Shyvana as Vi on an invade, and died there, and it was kind of downhill from there. But also just game 2 didn't really start off great, and we didn't play to our win condition. So the conclusion there has been, don't do that. So we had a scrim. We went 0-3. Technically tonight still for me. Hasn't passed midnight. And so I am more than ready to lose another 2 games tomorrow. Win 2 games.
Is that fate or an honest mistake? What are we thinking? Are we ready to win 2, or are we worried about it?
It's the team with Resilient on it, and Resi kind of has a mental block against me. That's kind of like its own little story.
Oh, explain. Let's get the rivalry. Give me some hype here between you versus Resi.
First, a fun little fact: Resilient was kind of one of the first people to join my Discord server when I first made it, before it was even called Theory of Everything, way back. I don't think they're in there anymore.
What happened?
I think that friendship's.
Give us
Don't worry about it. But
basically
in CCS, there was this match that ADC wasn't feeling well, so I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll tell my boss I'm coming late to work, and I'll play myself. And we 2-0'd the team that Resilient was on, and ever since then, it's kind of been like a little bit of a meme, and I don't want to like rehash it too much because it's kind of been beaten to death already. But Flay, the guy who does CCS, actually had to eat a piece of paper live on stream because we won that match. Because so many people thought we weren't going to win that, and then we 2-0'd.
So you're out here right now in the depths making people eat paper every time you win.
Yes.
This is insane. Also, the name Theory of Everything, where does that come from real quick? Just a little diversion. Where does that come from?
As much as people like meme on the TOE, TOE abbreviation, this is like a genuine thing in physics. Like I kind of like am a math STEM nerd thing. I don't know if people get that impression, but a theory of I know, shock, surprise. A theory of everything is basically like this unification of all these scientific theories. In summary, like, gravity is like general relativity, and then you have like quantum mechanics is like its own thing, and trying to tie those two things together would essentially make a theory of everything in a sense, or be very close to making a theory of everything. Obviously it hasn't happened because scientists are still hard at work, but that is what the theory of everything is. And so that's also kind of like why my team names are, things that are like physics related or science related.
Zero, entropy, all the fun science words.
Boltzmann for AEL. So it's stuff like that. So yeah, you can meme on the the TOE abbreviation, but I do genuinely stand by that it was like a serious name, despite the initials, despite the acronym.
I guess with you being a relatively intelligent guy, do you think League can be solved? Hard-hitting question. You don't think League can be solved?
I mean, things like, because League's constantly evolving. Maybe League can be solved eventually if they shut down the game, and then the solution is you can't play it. But chess
That's the solution
strategy
to the mental
still
health crisis.
chess hasn't changed in a long time. New strategies still come out. Same with like Tetris. Same with like Super Smash Bros. Melee. Like the meta changes in that, and that game has been out since like 2002 or 5. I don't know, something of a long time, and the meta is still evolving for a game that hasn't received an update in like 2 decades.
Yeah.
So the fact that League is still getting updates and new champions and all this stuff, I don't think you can really solve League. And I think the intention to the reason that League is fun is because the devs make it so you don't solve League. Once people think that they get close to finding a guaranteed winning strategy, it'll get nerfed or it'll get removed or it'll stuff like, or other stuff will get buffed to cancel it out. So obviously it would be antithetical to the whole point of League of Legends if it does get solved.
Yeah, no, I like that answer. I think, because I also don't think League can be solved. I think the game's way too complex for that at this point, if we're being real. So I think I appreciate that answer because you put it in words better than I think I ever could. Before we go to our game, though, I got one other little question for you. Actually, 2. First question is there any character or like off-roll pick currently that like you've been experimenting with or that you think could be good that hasn't been experimented with or anything like that? Like any theory crafts that you have? You're on Theory of Everything. I imagine you guys have theory crafted something before.
This kind of like goes back to ancient history. I've tried to kind of go back or rein this in a lot more. So back when I like first started doing comp league in the sense of like any sort of competition, that was back in like 2022, the start of 2022 with like with Summit Premier League. It was like more local and it was called something different back then. But the big meme back then was my builds. It wasn't really champions. It was like builds. There's the Iceborne Gauntlet Zeri incident, the Anathema's Chains Jinx incident, I could go on, but basically that was my thing. But I've gotten a lot better about that now. So I would say in terms of like theory crafting, maybe just like abnormal picks per se, but I don't think I have anything cooking up right now. I'm just trying to focus on the fundamentals, and once we start winning, maybe that's when we start getting a little bit more creative.
Yeah, I mean, get down the fundamentals and then start getting creative. That's fair. I'm always just interested to hear if anyone has like unique strategies. And my other thing is, okay, like we said, we've already kind of talked about the rivalry a little bit, but is there anything going to this next week game that you want to say on like behalf of your team or on behalf of going against Rezi? Any like, if there's like a quote like in the newspaper headline, what ProtonPlatPlayer says going into this game tomorrow, what would it be?
Easiest 2-0 of my life.
Easiest 2-0 of your life. Holy. That is some ballsy words going in there. Do you think you'll be able to back it up?
I think we can definitely do a 2-0. Whether it's going to be the easiest 2-0 of my life, probably not. But it's always fun to say, and it makes a nice clip.
It makes a fantastic clip. I'm very excited for that to be the quote from this interview when we start advertising it. But with that said, are you ready to play a little game?
Yes, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I'm going to show you a stat line, and your only job is to tell me what player it is who got this stat. We're going to go ahead.
And it's one of my players.
It is a player in your org.
It's a player in my organization, okay. We'll 4-1-5.
4-1-5, that's your first stat. Every wrong guess you get, I'll show another stat.
There's like too few deaths for any top laner on my orgs. I'm going to say the Kaz. It goes by Joro, I think,
Kaz.
in Titan.
Okay, so it is not the Kaz. We're going to go ahead and show you another stat here. 313 CS is what he ended the game with.
Okay, it's probably like an ADC or a mid laner then. Maybe it is Watercat, like week 1, but...
Do you get a lock-in? Are we locking in Watercat?
I'm going to say Watercat.
You're going to say Watercat. Well, I got some news for you. It was indeed Watercat. 4-1-5 on the Ziggs. Banger player. I believe this is one of the matches you guys did. I mean, it's a Watercat match, so you definitely did win. I think this was the one that went to game 3, though.
Yeah, I remember this was the game 3. I remember I was watching at work because we had like a little bit of a top lane funny time in like game 1, and then I believe it was like York split push in game 2. In game 3, I remember just watching and seeing like the Sivir and the Ziggs just blow up every minion wave and every turret, and it was pretty awesome to watch.
It was Entropy versus Anomaly, game 3, and yeah, I mean, when you get this in your game 3, you gotta be feeling pretty happy about that. We're gonna go ahead and get to our next stat line. Who is this score?
2-8-16.
2-8-16.
Well, just from the positioning, it looks like
I can move it around. I can put it wherever I want. I can make it bigger. I can make it smaller.
Okay. Yeah, nice deflection. It's either probably the person who posted it or the top laner. I'm gonna say Daigen.
Ooh, it's not Daigen. I'll go ahead. I'll show you some of the items. Go ahead and take a look at what these items are.
It is a support.
It is indeed a support.
So it's either Wander. Okay, that tanky build. Wander doesn't really play too much tank. Could be doing another Entropy team. I'm gonna say J Korkor.
Hey! Look at you go. This is indeed. Do you know what game it's from? It is indeed J Korkor.
No, I don't know.
All right, well, we'll go ahead. We'll pull it up. This is from Flash Syndicate versus TOE Entropy Game 3.
See,
this is a hard fought loss. I mean, J Korkor seems like he did pretty good. It's like actually like a pretty good draft too. I mean, you guys didn't really opt in for like something all that tanky in general, but it's like a pretty solid draft other than like not really having a front line.
Look, it looks like Moose really had a great time that game.
All right. We'll get one more for you. What is this? Whose stat is this?
Okay, 150 CS.
150
so
CS.
It's probably not an ADC, and it's probably could be like a top laner, maybe could be a JP DeBoss or something. But again, either jungler. I'm either thinking jungler or probably not. No, it wouldn't be a support. Jungler or top laner.
150 CS would be a lot of CS for a support. Who on your team would have stolen so much CS from the ADC?
Hey, man, you never know. I gotta think it's a jungler. I think you think you're funny. This is probably me.
You think I would choose you? If I did choose you, what game would it be?
It would be my Vi game.
Would I be that mean? You gotta think about this. We're like kind of friends. Would I be that mean here?
Just reveal it.
Do you like?
Yeah, it's my Vi game. You, wow! I sensed it.
Do you really think I would take so long going through your games in a cut we're gonna do to pick the worst performing game you had that week? Do you really think I would do something so mean for the clickbait?
You would.
Do you want to talk about this game for us? What happened here? What happened?
Okay, I swear. Remember the thing I said? The thing I said about improving on my builds. I go to jungle.u.gg for Vi, and other than the serpents, it straight up told me to build Voltaic Cyclosword first item. I'm like, okay, that's what I'll do. Obviously that was a mistake.
Very solo queue energy, but it's okay because like at least you did have this game. What happened?
I did.
What? I know we talked about but 13-3-8, man.
Yeah, I was like 10-0 at one point.
That actually hurts. As a guy who played Volibear earlier today and lost a match where I had like roughly the same KDA, Volibear hurts when you lose with like that score line.
Yeah, and we had Ocean Soul too.
And Cassante.
We had Ocean Soul.
And Cassante with Ocean Soul.
Yeah, we decided to just we were like, all right, we're gonna have Cassante split push. And then we were like, all right, Cassante, actually come here. We're going to fight. and we did that like 4 times in a row.
But it's okay because tomorrow is a 2-0. Tomorrow is a 2-0, either hopefully today if this comes out tomorrow morning. 2-0 is what we're hearing. You're guaranteeing it. You're locking it in.
Yeah, I guess I'll call it.
Well, with that said, do you have any final words for this interview? Any last things you would like to say to anybody watching?
I mean, thank you anyone who watched this entire thing. Obviously, it's going to be edited down a little bit, but thank you, Romeo, for after an intense 5-game peak performance series in Blue Otter
Gold.
Quarterfinals, best of 5, by the way.
That went 4.5 hours.
But yeah, thank you for doing this interview. It's very late at night and feeling great about it. Thank you for the interview. Thank you for everyone's watching. Thank you, Sems, for being such a corrupt admin. And yeah, I mean, just thank you, everyone. And I hope you cheer for my team and my org and whatever rosters I field now and in the future.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was ProtonPlatPlayer and Theory of Everything. Check them out. They'll be on stream hopefully today if this interview comes in the morning. If not, everyone comment in chat what the actual score of that game was. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to conclude the second Titan interview. Thanks for joining us, Proton. Thank you for giving us that banger interview, and we'll be back with another one real soon.